So, this happened. In the last video, I became the Dinosaur King in the Galarian region, and I think it went quite well. So let's do it again, but on Scarlet and Violet, because I want to be the ruler of all dinosaurs in all the Pokemon regions. And to make things even harder, I'm going to slap on some extra rules to make things a little bit more spicy. So, with all of that covered, there's one favor I'd like to ask. We may have already hit it by the time this video goes out, so to every one of you who has supported the channel, first of all, I thank you. And to everyone new, it would mean the world to me if you do enjoy these videos to hit the subscribe button and ding on that notification bell. And if you don't have an account, make one. Or Terry goes chomp chomp. With that done and dusted, there's only one thing left to say. Only one can wear the crown. Dinosaur King is what you want to be. Yeah. So it's a nice and rather scorcherous day in the Paldea region, where we start as Max. Last video we played as Rex, so I think it'd be nice to change things up. I go downstairs, meet my mother, then answer the door to someone who lived in the Jurassic periods, run upstairs to grab my bag and my hat, but where are my Triceratops horns? Oh, so sad. Anywho, the old stranger gives me an option of a cat, a horse dinosaur, and a sailor. So you know what starter I'm gonna pick out. This guy. I name him Tarbo, which is similar to Tarbosaurus, and I'll show you why in a second. But for now, our new rival takes the cat and wants to take us on. It's a pretty bold statement, so I do the honorable thing, and I burn it to the ground. Yep, dinos are cooler than cats. There, I said it. Anyways, this tutorial, as you may know, takes forever. So, whilst I go through it, let's state something right here. You may have seen some other creators do this challenge, but they've used some rather questionable options. From Breloom, who really isn't a dinosaur and more of a kangaroo, to Crocodile, which is a crocodile. I know we took on Fuecoco as a starter, but I stumbled upon this Fakemon art, and this is what we could have actually got. I kind of see the resemblance. Now, we obviously won't be getting this Pokemon because we have Skeledirge, so I will actually use this until Fuecoco evolves. But unless they're referenced, I won't be using any Mon that are reptiles or birds, because I have already used them in previous videos if you want to check them out. By the time I escape the cave and find a very nice robot dino, motorbike, I beat up Arven's squirrel comfortably, and by the time we get to the Pokemon Center, I am gifted with a very special ancient land roamer, Chikorita. Yep, I've never used it before, and I shall use it now. Once again, I have to thank my friend and moderator Scarlet Fairy for breeding and trading to make this possible. He's called Turriosaurus, who is also a 1.8 meter sauropod. But with my two dinos on the squad, let's get to ruling. At this point, every single trainer by Los Platos got absolutely decimated, including Nemona. And people say she's the queen of Pokemon? Well, I'm the king of dinosaurs, and she needs to kiss my scaly feet. Or in this case, these little studs as feet. But once we eventually arrive into the main city, I can finally start looking like my character. Customization is limited due to the uniform, and quite honestly, I should be playing Scarlet, but I got some red shoes and gloves looking a little more like Max Taylor, and scare Team Star off with my mighty roar of my mega dinosaurs. Yeah, we need to work on that. But who said it's all about size? Okay, maybe these bullies, and maybe my dad, but still, absolutely swept with a ball of flames, disposing them like a wet wipe. Although with them out the way, I do still have to deal with them for my school life, but after grabbing the 3 main quests, I'm ready for my true adventure to begin. Our independent study for treasure hunt is upon us, and I know what I'm after. More dinosaur fossils. After all, my goal is to be a Pokemon paleontologist, but the actual tasks are not what I had in mind. There's 3 quests to achieve: Victory Road, the Path of Legends, and the Starfall Street, giving us a total of 18 badges. Doesn't sound anywhere near as fun as fossils. Despite this, I grind out into the night to arrive at our first destination, Cortondo. Seeing as our Turriosaurus being weak to bugs, I leave it up to my little Tarbosaurus to clear the task at hand. Before I do, I quickly grab the TM for Sunny Day, as I'm gonna need all the firepower possible. Somehow my big theropod with little arms manages to dribble an olive, which I don't know how. But with those thoughts out the way, I'm up for a menacing 3v1 against Bogs, but we should be fine because we're using dinosaurs, which, you know, ate and squash Bogs. Nimble is first against our Tarbosaurus, and as we somehow set the sun on the moonlight, it double kicks in the ghoulies. But now Boosted incinerates huge blows on the grasshopper, followed by the spider straight after. This remains her bare and puts on its bog antennas and starts fury swipes, getting us down to half. A huge gulf of flames was just too short, but then she goes for a stab. Fury Cutter. Which we take well, so one more incinerate, well, incinerates the bear caused by it as a bog. The first badge is ours for take, and well, my dinosaur steals our cakes. Yum. Now you all may be thinking this is gonna be rough, and well, that's because it is. There really aren't many dinosaur Pokemon to actually use, but I think I have a couple of ideas. For starters, I'm able to head out back to the school to take part in a field trip for all but 5 minutes. I arrive in Kitakami, 2 kids try to pick on me, so I take control of the situation and, well, give them a bit of a spanking. From there, I rest up for the day, meaning the next morning I can actually bump into Jacques, our homeroom teacher. Why he's stalking me in Japan? I don't know. However, I'm able to get an egg, and upon the egg hatching, a turtle was birthed. Now, I know what you're thinking, this guy is clearly based on the world turtle. Well, yes, but it also represents some tank dinosaurs, such as Cychania and Ankylosaurus, hence the name Ankylosaurus. Now, with our third dinosaur obtained, I return to the Paldea region and make my way through South Province 2 in search for the Stony Cliff Titan. And whilst doing so, one of my 2 grass starters evolved into Bayleaf, becoming an even bigger dinosaur, before taking on the big Cloth. Ankylosaurus is out and gets his debut, takes a vice grip as we're setting a quick withdraw, following with some absorbs to get it just above half, not activating Anger Shell. From there, a lucky critical Razor Leaf causes it to Scarper, and with that, we're ready for round dos. This time Arvin is there to my aid, and luckily for us, his shoulder does the setting up so we can hit hard Razor Leafs to deliver a devastating blow on the Cloth. That's dinner sorted. I cook it with the herbs, the bite gets a bite, and I don't get anything. Even herbivores are as greedy as ever. But with no time to waste, our next stop is just a short walk away, so I make haste and arrive at Artisan, home to the grass-type gym. And I think my little dinosaurs will make themselves at home with the flocks of lagging Sunflora with them. Okay, never mind. I guess we have the advantage in some way, shape, or form, and it is a fair and square 3v3. So Brassius with the lasso, and I'm ready for a fisto. Hetzalil is up first against Tarbosaurus, but expecting Sleep Powder, I switch to Ankylosaurus, where we're immune to it. As it Mega Drains, I'm here to simply tackle. It takes a while, but we take it down. Next was his Smoliv, which now I can switch to Tarbosaurus again, take the tackle, and set the sun. A huge Incinerate burns the Mediterranean plant to the ground, leaving what he likes to call truly Wudo. Bit cringe. But he does take out Tarbosaurus with Rock Throw. With only my 2 grass dinos left, and with poor moves, we had lost. Poorly. How do I manage to get a huge win with the bogs, but struggle with grass? Okay, for my next trick, my plan is simple. Do exactly the same against Petalil, but instead of tackles, I go for Razor Leafs. Even without the crits, it's a tiny bit more powerful than tackles, until it survives on 1 HP, and we're back to square one again. Smoliv is out, and one more Razor Leaf gets a quarter out before we go down to tackle ourselves. However, I send out Toriasaurus next to set up Reflect. This means when I switch back to Tarbosaurus, followed by setting up the sun, I've taken even less damage than before. So once again, he gets burnt to a crisp, the Mimicking Tree is out again. However, with these stones in place, when he terrestrializes, I can take the Rock Throw well. The Reflect does fade, so I do have to switch to Toriasaurus to set up again. But this gives me the clear to switch once more to Trailblaze, followed by a Rock Throw getting us to Blaze, and an Incinerate, well, incinerates a tree. Nice. However, this is a sad moment because I let Tarbosaurus evolve to, well, not a dinosaur-looking thing anymore. No, it's a croc with a hat. So, yeah, the crocodile with the sombrero has to go. Bye-bye, Tarbo. Gator, clearly an imposter. Although, he looked like that from the very start. What's worse is the next badge is another Titan. A death trap for my grass dinosaurs, who are actual dinosaurs. This is Bombirdier, a bird. And this thing, really means business. So how on earth am I going to combat this? Well, I could just go to the others and leave this one to later, as Pokemon Scarlet and Violet allows me to free roam and take on anyone I want. But this will just simply mess up the level caps. And as for help, as my friends are currently in work, God, I kill for a Monday to Friday job, well, I can use my own personal save and Pokemon Home. Because every Pokemon in an Indigo Disc are like level 62 to 70, I would have to simply breed. All I need is a Ditto, and eventually the eggs hatch into a Cranidos and a Shieldon. I won't be using Shieldon just yet. I do want to stick to the one encounter per badge at most. But welcome Pachycephalosaurus to the squad. And on top of that, our tank dino evolves to Grottle. But Ryan, that's still a turtle! I know. Patience. So yeah, with a 125 base attack powered baby dinosaur on my squad, I can't say I'm afraid. With confidence, I climb up to the top of the mountain to take on the big bird. Plugs may hurt, but we hurt even more, slowing the bird down with rock tombs, quickly ending phase 1. It scarpers for some questionable herbs. Armin appears out of literally nowhere, and we're ready for round 2. And... oh. Well then. All I can do now then is reflect and support Nackley. And all he does is spam rock polish, and it was honestly a miracle we took down the bird. I shall have my sandwich in peace. I hate you. So with that done, I have my next quest in scopes. This is against Team Star, and I decide to go straight for it. I mean, the boss only has 2 Pokemon, and well, we have 3. So this should be easy. Right? Oh dear. Yeah. We got the retaliation with Toriasaurus, but as soon as the Starbomobile wants a piece, I set up the Reflect before switching to Ankylosaurus due to Intimidate, then dodge the Metal Sound. From there, I simply have to stall and set up the Reflect again, and once again, slowly chip. This is all I can really do. It came to a point, however, we just became too weak, and then all of a sudden, it just kept on missing, until it goes for Swift. And we just fell too short. If we can just knock out the pawn in 1, we can do this. I try again straight away. It does even less and Defiant kicks in. I'm not winning this one now. And yep, I got absolutely screwed over. Oh my god, he's missed the Metal Claw. Thank goodness. Once that pain was over, it's up to Toriasaurus on the switch to set up Reflect, to then switch back to Pachycephalosaurus. The car goes for Metal Sound, whereas I begin to slow it down with Rock Tomb. Then switch back to Toria to heal and reset the Reflect and repeat. No! Damn it! I spent a while on this to still f***ing lose. This clearly wasn't working. I'm gonna need another dino onto the squad, but thankfully I know just who to rely on. Axew. This guy I used in the Sword and Shield run, and I'm not going to be let down by the guy today. Welcome back, Hetero. And with an upgraded moveset, I box in Kylosaurus for one more attempt. This time, Hetero is first with a swift, quad-effective Brick Break. That is so much better. This already leaves the cart and intimidates, so I switch out to Toriasaurus on a Wicked Torque. Now I can set up Reflect and 1 Mod Slap before getting low. So once switching out, Are you taking the piss? This game is a love-hate relationship, I swear. Which is why I'm kind of surprised I'm still engaged. But look, the game's the game. After an awful lot of switching, reflecting, and at the very end dodging, we survive on 1 HP and we finally managed to beat Giacomo. Although I'm calling it, his real name is Fernando El Lanzador. If you aren't listening in your Spanish classes, it means he's a tosser. But with 1 threat out the way, I'm off against an even bigger threat, who, let's face it, not only has stolen my content and video ideas, but she also has a team of electric types. Now, type coverages help here, but I ain't risking potential hair loss here, so I bite the bullet and go for our next encounter to give us a chance. This one being the land shark, Gibble. But Rhyperion, that's a shark! I know, shut up, give me like 30 seconds. I arrive into the City of Lights, Lavincia, battle Nemona, flump her magical cat to Hogwarts, and now I'm clear to take on the gym. And later on, our shark evolves into the half raptor, half shark, Gabite. He represents a Dino Nightchest with its arms and a Cyan Raptor for its teeth. and it's obviously a shark. There, everyone's happy. Let's beat this streamer. Because out of her and me, there's one thing I need, and that is, if you guys enjoy the videos, then, again, hit the subscribe button. It goes a long way. And between us, here's to onwards and upwards. Oh, and to whoop her backside. Wattrel is up first against Pachycephalosaurus, and after Spark, when it spits out rocks in its face, it's bye-bye birdie. But next is her tank, Bellybolt. So expecting Watergun, I switch out to Toriasaurus to dodge super effective damage. Now I set the Reflect, so another Spark does 4 hit points. This means I'm safe to Mudslap my way, reducing its accuracy. This works, but RNG does catch up when we get fully paralyzed. 3 times in a row. And even get crit. With Synthesis, this is quite a nasty staller, but by the time one more Reflect is set, I switch out for our newest addition, and our Shark Raptor cleans up the mess. Luxio does come out and intimidate, but that's okay because I can switch back to Pachycephalosaurus for a huge stomping tantrum. This just leaves the Miss Magius, which is very scary due to it being immune to ground once the big light bulb hat is on, so I stay in for a knockout. Nice. Hetero comes out, takes the Hex though not very well, and Dragonclaw gets it down to a third before he too falls. Toriasaurus thankfully gets an overgrown Razor Leaf in, leaving Dino Nitrous to end its painful sweep for... Shoot! A misclicked. It doesn't matter because I get fully confused, take the Hex, and it just survives on 1 HP. It all comes down to the wire, and that's one way to really poof me off. I actually cannot believe it. I got outsmarted by this cheating streamer. By the poor RNG I've had. That's so unlucky. It's because of her Twitch subs, I'm telling you. But I go again with the exact same tactic. But we outspeed the Wattrel this time, so at least we're coming out stronger. Again, I switched to Toriasaurus on Bellybolt's appearance. Paralysis was driving me insane, but the setup was complete. Ready to switch out to Dino Nitrous. Not for free, unfortunately, but we still take him down. Luxio follows, so again, Pachycephalosaurus returns, takes a bite, but annoyingly crits. What's with the RNG today? Again, we take it down, leaving the ghost. But because of that crit, Hex once again starts to sweep, taking out our rock dinosaur, although this time it goes for confusion on Hetero, meaning we can do a little more damage. Oh look, another crit. However, Dino Nitrous comes back for one more, this time knowing Fire Fang, which is a lot stronger than a special move, giving us a close win. I hated every second of that. You've got a team of dinosaurs, haven't you? Yep. I want to be a paleontologist. Yet, a ghost played better. Shut up. Chomp biter. And if you thought that was bad, it's going to get a lot worse when we go against the next Team Star member, because she specializes in fire types. Again, 2 of my squad will burn to death from. One of our final encounters is a huge help for the threat, and a Pokemon I haven't used much. Say hello to Totodile. And since Gen 2 was based off the Jurassic period, this Pokemon has traits of Dinosaurus and Machimosaurus, a huge sea croc looking dinosaur. And that will do for me. Before anyone asks, that's a chameleon with wheels. But once we evolve to Croconaw, I'm pretty much set up to go. The gate guards surfed out the base. Everyone in said base soaked. A couple may have gone for a swim. The Colossal was insanity. And because of that, yeah, the boss didn't like that. So guess what? I absolutely rained on her parade. Literally. There's the rain dance set. So our Croc Dino can absolutely rinse the Torkoal away, as well as Hydrolock the Star Car. Bye-bye, Skeeter Squad. And the same can be said about this huge worm, and despite the fact I don't have a fire type, this Croc has some feet for kicking. So I kick it, where it hurts, I guess. So with another Titan down and a sandwich devoured, things were starting to look good. Next was another Drim, and unlike the last one, this time I have a lot of advantages. But one of my squad members resists water types, and with a strong roster on our side now, I think we should be clear to take care of it. Maybe he's just afraid of little dinosaurs. I get given this wallet to catch up with him at the markets, so I battle through the Asado Desert, which will be important in a minute, catching up to him flirting with some flowers. I thought us dinosaur lovers were weird. Just before we get our destination from our little marathon, we have one of our final evolutions already. Machimosaurus fully evolves into Feraligatr, and this mon is just super cool. I can't wait to use him in Legend ZA. I finally catch up to him, but this guy called Hugo, I swear it looks like a younger version of Gordon Ramsay. So I beat him and we get onto the real gym mission, which is auctions. So whilst I try and win some seafood, let me know down below in the comments which dinosaur is your favourite in Scarlet and Violet. For me, it has to be Walking Wake. And as for someone who loved this one as well as Raging Bolt, I don't want to use any hacked mon to use for a playthrough. Just before we take on the challenge, I grabbed the TM for Earthquake, which will come in handy for sure. So now with a new move for Dino Nitrous and squad of 3 ready to go, Kofu! I'm ready for some business. Some nasty fishy business. His Veluza is up against Turriosaurus first, and already Plucks do huge damage, putting us on the back foot. Well, I'm not playing around, and Machimosaurus comes out for a crunch in retaliation. The same thing follows with Wugtrio, though Gooey slows us down. So I switch to Ankylosaurus, setting up 2 withdrawals to boost defense, and stay in overgrow range. When he terrestrializes to water, we unfortunately don't outspeed and fall. So this leaves Machimosaurus again, and Sheer Force crunches do huge damage. Though we get low, and one more slam is not enough. So we take one huge bite to the crab for dinner, shake Kofu's hand for the battle, and we're officially halfway through. But I think it's gonna get more difficult. Yeah, this next task is gonna be a bit grim. Another Team Star member, this one is Poison. However, all isn't too bad, because a lot of Pokemon evolve. Pachycephalosaurus into Rampardos, and Ankylosaurus evolves into Torterra, and with the ground typing, this will help with the next badge. And the Shieldon, who we have yet to use, finally gets added to the squad and evolves to Bastiodon, a Cosmosaurus, and Turriosaurus evolves to Meganium. Probably my least favorite of the 3 starters, but hey, I mean, it's cute. These upgrades, however, give me good options as how I want to go around this. This time, it'll be a 4v4, and I reckon my 2 ground types and my 2 Pseudofossils. But still, I think this is going to be a tough battle. Here we go. Skontang is up first against Cosmosaurus, and because we're Steel type, if we use Iron Defense, it can't touch us. It only knows poison moves and Sucker Punch, so providing I stall, I can safely take the smelly one out. And yeah, a quad bulldoze from Mini Reverie may hurt, but due to our defense, we're clear to take another threat out. But his Mock that's next is special, and lowers our accuracy, which can cause issues. But we get lucky, live on 4 HP, and take down his entire team. So the setup was done, Cosmosaurus can heroically go down now it's done the main job. And with the car's speed reduced, Ankylosaurus should outspeed, which it doesn't. However, Earthquakes do huge damage. Due to poison, I don't survive another Noxious Talk, but that's okay because Pachycephalosaurus hits one huge stomping tantrum, giving us the victory. I know this isn't a Nuzlocke, which if you are a fan of them, then you may want to subscribe because I'm cooking something pretty special. But this guy is a Nuzlocke killer, and it wasn't that difficult if I'm completely honest. So I begin my ascent to the northern parts of the map, starting with the Lysipa Passage. Feeling confident with my whole squad, I'm going straight for the normal type gym. This one takes place in a restaurant, and my dinos are hungry after the huge challenges that we've recently gone through. So I guess I'm not eating? Well, someone calls out for a fight, and it's this geezer here. So, yeah. Although I wish I can throw my rice balls at his suit. His Kabbalah starts against Turriosaurus. I set up the Reflect as he sets the Yawn. So when I switch to Machimosaurus, we take the Slam well and ready to hit hard. A Crunch takes it down the half, though it yawns again. I switch out to Ankylosaurus, get yawned again. I think you guessed it, I switch back to Turriosaurus and lock into Petal Dance. This also works well against the bulky Dudunsparce, though Glare and Confusion isn't great. So I switch to a Hyper Drill, just about take another one, and thanks to a crit, down the snake goes. This leaves Staraptor, who intimidates, but considering we'll get outsped, we may as well fall here. Machimosaurus returns with Sheer Force crunches, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is another rather simple victory. Oh, and I got my rice balls. Thank gosh for that. Hey, Max! Max, I'm ready. For what? Hunted dinos? Yeah, you're weird. Well, another battlefield was sadly calling, but Nemona's team still isn't fully evolved. So a few petal dances was all I needed for the majority of her team. Other than her cat, who is fully evolved, because its signature move is so dangerous. This could potentially be fateful with the whole team. That's exactly what happened. She absolutely destroyed my squad. I think we're gonna need to make some changes, but for now, we can carry on. Thank God for that. The only way I'm gonna be able to beat Nemona is to keep grinding, so I train my way up the Clasido Mountain to the next gym. Great, that's absolutely fantastic. And this one is the only one in the region that competes in double battle form, as well as the opportunity to start a new potential dinosaur song. So, you here for a rap or a gym battle? I'm just a kid, I can't do a rap battle. Okay, fine. I'll do it. My herbivores led the match against the queen of grime, and on turn one my petal dino sets reflect a pass of time. A nasty bite from Ankylosaurus busted disguise, but bayonet hits an icy wind, and I was sure to die. Follow up a light scream, but my health is on 19. A little earthquake on the stage sparks a crowd, but it's too late. My big tree tank falls, though we don't pause, cause after that Turia hits a petal dance, and mimic you just couldn't last. So now the crowd is on our side, so we get a lovely rise. We crunch bayonet, defense is set. Houndstone vanishes with a little threat, but lost is toxicity. She's spicing up the scene. A ghost terrestrialization to spook isn't nice to me. Yes, the screen helps, but even so, it packs a punch. And a paralysis to Machomosaurus is not the best at all. Turia hits herself. How she can, it's hard to tell. She goes and joins the afterlife as the crowds like in rhyme. Dino Nitrous is swift, it hits quick, footwork on display is so sick, the helm plays rough and I don't really like that much. Matching mode goes mad and its jaw just packs a punch. It's put to sleep, but this on repeat, sit down you bitch, I'm the Dino King. To summarize, we got our badge, Chef's Kiss. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off to the next gym, back in the South Province, and along the way is the Quaking Earth Titan. But before I even do that, I've got to pass Medali, and so I grab another dinosaur which should help us in the process. Meet our Tanistropheus. Yes, I know I spelled it wrong, it wouldn't fit. I spent some time to level it up before taking on the futuristic Iron Treads. Finally, a true battle between prehistoric dinosaurs, which are cool, and faulty technology. Yeah, guys, don't rely on the future, it looks grim. And with that, we're immediately at the level cap to tackle our next challenge. So I walk into the gym with confidence, and... oh boy. On the plus side, the wolf goes for Sand Attack and Reflect, meaning we're ready to hit hard with a hard petal dance, which is all good, until Sap Sipper kicks in. So I make the switch to Machomosaurus, Ice Fang that dragon, get T-waved by a bear, so I switch to Dino Nitrous for free, get quick attacked, and choke the ground. Again, leaving her cat. I stay in hoping to get a Dragon Claw, live on 1 HP, and do about a third. I may as well fall. But I'm ready to take my revenge. Tanistropheus takes a critical slash quite well, and air slashes is enough to get the win. That's what I needed. And honestly, this gym challenge was a bit of a breeze, because all I need to do is some emotions while taking a squat in what she calls an ESP exercise, followed by eliminating every single mind reader, leaving the leader, and for once, she admires me and my dinosaurs. She even calls them beautiful. Is this a sign? Seeing as a certain someone won't. Well, no. She wants me as a makeup monkey.
So down to the shadow realm you go.
Farigiraf is up and Ankylosaurus leads, dodging the Zen headbutt and biting. A couple of blows at each other and the giraffe falls. We also level up mid-battle to the cap and finally learn Crunch, so heck, that works. God of War is up next. A sidekick puts us on the brink of death, so I sacrifice my dino by wood hammering on Overgrowth. Esparthra comes out against Dino Nitrous, and again, psychic hurts, but so does a critical bite. I can't take a second one, however, and go down. So Machomosaurus is out, takes yet another critical psychic, and takes out the ostrich. This leaves a bouquet of flowers and terrasizes to psychic, and even outspeeds with Moonblast. This leaves Pachycephalosaurus to take a Moonblast to half, and then hit a Rock Tomb to slow it down. Which one more takes it out thanks to outspeeding. That was pretty close, but a win is a win, and another badge is obtained. Sweet. I started training against all the trainers around the Alphanada areas, getting us to the level cap, and our Dino Nitrous evolves to Garchomp, and I am so for it. But maybe not for the final gym. Although he just so happens to be one of my best Mamba this one, compared to my grass dinos. So, suck it up and crack on with it, because it's the best way going to get. But first I have to compete in an audition for the 2026 Winter Olympics, skiing on this slope with my lizard bike. But still not a dinosaur, it's clearly a Toyota. Once the record is set and the center of attention was all on us, we're pretty much up against pain and suffering. I'm not gonna like this. But Frostmoth is first and Pachycephalosaurus led for a stab quad effective rock tomb. Easy. I even hit another hard attack on the bear, but it's not enough. Then the bear shakes the ground, putting us to the brink of death. But I guarantee the knockout with a "How do you know Aqua Jet?" But our Dinosaur Croc retaliates with a crunch, bringing in Sir Titan. And I just so happen to have low kick. So I kick it in the plums as it goes for a dizzy ice spinner, which does nothing. Another kick was too much and he melts away, leaving his ace Altaria. And all I do is just chip away at its crystallized hat until it breaks. The gym challenge was over, though the pain we went through to Brasius to how unlucky we were with Iono, and even a few more gave us a hard time, we had done it. But we still have more to do, so let's crack on. And probably the worst thing we're gonna have to go through, or at least one of the worst, is continuing on with Operation Starfall. Team Star have been real tough for me. Well, except Mela, but we don't talk about that. Anywho, the point is, this is the base full of fairies, and if you saw the Sword and Shield run, I only managed to clutch that one, but I don't have as much coverage as I'd like. Despite this, the guards at the gate had physically nothing threatening. The grunts in the base had nothing but baby Pokemon, quite frank. This left Ortega, and yeah, that's him. Not very threatening, is he? His Water Rabbit is up first against Ankylosaurus, and well, I wasn't expecting to outspeed. So yeah, that was an easy knockout. Wigglytuff is out next, and also didn't like the Wood Hammer, but goes for Charm. So with our attack dropped, I finish with Giga Drain for recoil recovery as he sends out his Dashman, and I should switch out. This time to Cosmosaurus to only take 15 points of damage. But then he goes for Mud Slap, which isn't great as I try to set up my defense. Regardless, I wither him down to where he nukes my stats. Some more to the face, I miss. At this point, I was at 5 accuracy drops. I need to switch. Mochibosaurus is here as a backup, just to simply finish the guy off. So with only his Hamusive SUV, I stay in and stall out. To miss the surf, then get confused, then hit myself in confusion. Oh, it's all going on now. I switch back to Ankylo, taking the magical talk and the confusion to its breaking point as he falls. At least I have a safe switch to Pachycephalosaurus to hit hard iron heads, until it spins out and takes my hard hitter out. But with it slowed, I use this to my advantage.
Try again.
Come on! I get one more in before it spins out again, which on the plus side, Cosmosaurus can now outspeed, and it lives on 1 HP. Oh, don't do this to me.
I'll do it again.
You did this to me. However, on the last turn, we snap out of confusion and get the victory. Only just getting through. I hate fairy types. With a passion. Okay, I lie. I actually like some fairies, just to name a few. But man, it's a tough type to deal with. I shouldn't have won that, but I did. And now the ultimate insult from dinosaurs. Have some of that. But with the gyms getting harder and harder, I'm gonna need another upgrade. And shock horror, it's another grass type. But welcome back to Utah Raptor that has helped me in the Sword and Shield run, Sceptile. There's a specific reason why I wanted to use Utah again, but you'll see in a second. For now, that's a Titan, down and out. Well, no, it's not, because it's this little fishy that the big catfish ate up. Yeah, he's mad, he wants a scrap, and gets through most of my squad. Oh my god, I don't know how strong that sushi fish was, but wow, jeez. So, that's the last of the Herb and Mystica Titans, and we've helped Arvin's dog with its recovery. Oh, but guess what? I'm still not done yet. Because our last badge consists the final and strongest Team Star member out of them all. Eri. But I mean, have you seen my roster? Not the best. Both my fossil Pokemon weak to fighting as anything, so I grab a team of 5 to take on probably the most difficult fight for us. Magimosaurus leads against her Toxicroak for a quad effective Psychic Fangs. The Passimium does hit really hard with close combat and can't even finish the job, so that's not great. However, Dino Nitrous retaliates quickly, and with Anihalape on the field, we hit hard despite the quad effective Ice Punch. No! Oh, I don't like this. We take it out and Lucario swiftly follows thanks to Earthquakes. This leaves the Starmobile, who does start to shift its gears, which is again worrying. But we hit one more big hit before going down to Combat Talk. Tanistrophius is next, and thankfully it's got no coverage against our Flying Dino, so thankfully we're cleared to Air Slash away. To be honest, this fight was nowhere near as bad as I thought, but that's it. They should disband. Oh, despite the big boss of Team Star wanting a battle to extinction, I'm going to leave them hanging for the time being because for now, my eyes are on the Elite Four. 4 series of monotype trainers before the champion of the region, but I'm aiming to be the Dinosaur King. So, what is your goal here? To be a Dinosaur King? Right. And do you like Pokemon? If they're dinosaurs. Okay, fine, whatever, you pass. Barely. Whiscash is up first against Utah, who I still haven't nicknamed yet. Anyway, an Energy Ball is quite effective and takes it out. Next was Camerupt, so I switched to Dino Nitrous. I don't know why, other than he's my hard hitter. Swiftly taking it out with Earthquake as well as the Donphan, but Dogtrio is next. And it's quick, and I'm quite weak. But expecting Sandstorm, and Kylosaurus comes out and I assume correct. Comfortably take an Earthquake, and have a quick game of Whack-A-Mole, leaving one Terra Clodsire. One more Woodhammer delivers the blow. Next one was Poppy, an expert in Steelies, and leads with Copperaja against Dino Nitrous for Earthquake, which takes it right out. But next was Corviknight, which can be a huge threat to our team. I go for Crunches until it just falls short by a little poke. And yeah, Brave Bird takes us out. But not the bird. Despite this, Utah retaliates. This brings out Magnezone, and I break the sturdy on Light Screen before switching with Shed Tail to Pachycephalosaurus. Ultimately, the substitute helps here. And a Fire Punch. Uh-oh. Well, rest in pepperoni. It even does quite a chunk on Ankylosaurus before getting the knockout, but from there, everything can go as planned. 2 crunches on the Bronzong, leaving a Terra-type Tinkaton, but unfortunately we don't outspeed and get another big hit out on us. This is not good. With only Magimosaurus a good counter, he comes out. 2 liquidations hurt a tad, but we were able to outlive her ace and seal the match. Now then.
Hello there.
Larry was quite challenging last time around, but with his new team of flying types, this could be much tougher. His Dino was up first against mine, but a quad effective Ice Fang does wonders. But despite this, his Staraptor is back and intimidates, before hitting huge Brave Birds. We just survive another one before Ice Fang finishes it off. But what's worse is Altaria is out and outspeeds with an Ice Beam. And as pathetic as it was, we don't live it. Cosmosaurus would be my safest switch, and as it tries to burn us to the ground, I simply chip away with Ancient Power. Yes, its attack stats are so bad, but it's enough to take it down. Still no Omni Boost though, but that's okay because I do a hefty amount of damage thanks to a critical foul play. And despite going down to Revelation Dance, Dino Nitrous makes a quick comeback. This leaves his ace for my go and boosts its flying type. So Swift Rock Slides were the game plan, and that was enough to beat Larry once again. All that's left is Hassel. He may very well be a Dragon Tamer, and well, a good one of that. But dragons aren't as good as dinosaurs, right? Well, he starts with a bat against our Magimosaurus, and we take a huge Super Fang. And then we retaliate with a quad effective Ice Fang. Bye-bye, birdie bat thing. Dragalge was next, and expecting the T-Bolt, Dino Nitrous switches out for 3 before a devastating Earthquake wipes it out. One of his dinos appear, a huge Heterosaurus, so to preserve my ace, I switch to Ankylosaurus to take the huge Dragon Claws, and retaliating with an Earthquake before falling. But Utah is quick enough for a swift Dragon Pulse, but he has another dino up his sleeve. Here's Terrasilize Baxcalibur, which is weaker on the special defense side, so I prepare one huge Dragon Pulse, and it only does a third. Uh-oh, that's not good. Cosmosaurus comes out for sturdy and takes a quick brick break better than I thought, before a foul play does decent chip damage. It goes down. Magimosaurus can't outspeed either, Glaive Rush being devastating. My only Pokemon left is Dino-Nitrous. I pray we outspeed, which we do, and we managed to take out his other dinosaur, Conga to be exact. But with him down and out, we have officially beaten the Elite Four. There remains one more trainer, and that's the champion. Though, let's be honest, why is she tossed up on the roof for starts, and 2 will my dinosaurs make the roof collapse? Only one way to find out. Her Ostrich leads against Dino-Nitrous, Dazzling Gleam hurts, but a crunch from our side puts it on the brink of death. So the same play follows, and he goes down. Next was Veluza, so expecting Ice Fang, I switch out to Magimosaurus, then again to Cosmosaurus, to resist as much as possible. After a huge liquidation, I follow suit with a critical foul play. So Magimosaurus returns a rather petty liquidation from us. Go-Go's is baited out, so Utah is switched in, and as he bulks up, I hit hard double damage acrobatics, followed by the play rough. Though he misses a second one, and we take the goat out. I may as well fall here on Avalog, doing decent damage with Dragon Pulse and going down to Avalanche. That's okay, however, as Magimosaurus returns once again, but this time for low kick, against a not-so-strong body press. We're even set for King Gambit, and after a low kick, we only just survived the boosted Kotal Cleave. All in all, Glamora remains and terrasilizes to rock, so we have the upper hand, even with the Sludge Wave. And Kylosaurus takes it like a king, and the Woodhammer literally leaves it on the sliver. So yeah, we fall to Terra Blast, but Pachycephalosaurus simply comes out to finish the job. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Pokemon League done and dusted. This journey has been a long one, but we have just become a Paldea champion. Although not a Dinosaur King, because we still have some promises to stick to. Starting off with Arvin, who wants us to meet at the lighthouse just to see what his father, the professor, is up to. Invites us through an adventure down the Forbidden Crater, which I don't like. Are you gonna go? I'm not gonna get struck by a meteor, am I? You're honestly pathetic. I may be a loser, but my dinosaurs surely ruled against this one. Greedent was up first and Pachycephalosaurus led. We outspeed the squirrel and hit hard with Brick Break and also tank his Earthquake. A second hit takes it out. Toescrew was next, so I switch way to Utah. I still haven't named it. He takes a Power Whip well before he goes gymnastics on it. And even though we get poisoned, he too falls. I may as well stay in against Scovillain, and one more acrobatics puts the Spicy Peppers on the brink. And Zed Headbutt finishes us. Cosmosaurus comes out to finish. It's Garganicle's turn, and I ideally wanted Cloyster, so I switch out to Ankylosaurus, take the body press, and recover with Giga Drain, eventually taking him down despite the rocks. Now it's Cloyster, and Magimosaurus takes a couple of Icicle Spears to the jaw. I hit a couple of low kicks, destroying the clam, leaving his healed dog to battle with. I stay in as I haven't got a great switch, and Crunch absolutely destroys me. Cosmosaurus only just takes it before Heavy Slam does, well, nothing. This isn't good. Another dino is out, and another one.
Another one.
Until Ankylosaurus finally gets a hit out of it, and only managing to do half. He too goes down. This again leaves Dino-Nitrous, which we finally outspeed and take it down to a huge Earthquake. I don't know why this dog gave me such a huge issue, but he's down, out, and we're ready. Ready to pick a daring team for Area 0. So I go on a bit of an investigation to finally disband Team Star for good. Maybe I can recruit them for my quest? I don't know, but the principal certainly disagrees with that idea, and yep, wants to fight me too. But in disguise, absolute shambles. He's worse than the Alpha Gang. Orangaroo is up first, and he has absolutely no chance against Dino-Nitrous. Crunch is doing huge damage. We take a little foul play though, it's no threat, and it's down. I do switch to Pachycephalosaurus against a Bomber Snow, and manage to take that out too without breaking much of a sweat. I mean, it's quad weak to fire. Amoonguss comes out next, and yeah, we do hit hard punches, but it falls off a huge recovery with Giga Drain. Despite this, it still falls. Out comes Poltergeist and... Oh, really? You want to miss now? Yeah, the teapot sends us to the Shallow Realm, but Dino Nitrous is good to swiftly retaliate with another crunch. Following by taking out Clavel's dog of his very own with an Earthquake. All that remains is his dancing dock. God, I don't like this Pokemon. A Dragon Claw gets it down to half as it goes for Aqua Step, which isn't good as it boosts its speed, and even worse, Ice Spinner whites it out. Utah is the only one with a chance to outspeed, and it does so with an Energy Ball to the face that leaves the dock in a bit of a state. Also, don't lie to your students. Next, I storm through the school gates to... Wait, who are you? You're not in the script. And once I arrive at the yard, there she was, Cassiopeia. No, Penny. So I'm gonna absolutely punt her to the moon. It's Umbreon against Pachycephalosaurus, and it does start to set up on us with baby doll eyes, though that's okay because we eventually take it out. Out comes Vaporeon, and I make the switch on Kylosaurus to physically hit hard, plus dodge a Hydro Pump, but then get hit by a quad Aurora Beam straight after, and Woodhammer takes us both out. She responds with Jolteon against Dino Nitrous. Obviously, a quick attack doesn't do much, whereas an Earthquake does. Lots. Leafeon, though, can be a threat, so I switch back out, absolutely throw, and quickly realize on Baby Doll Eyes that could have gone wrong fast. Utah is able to hit hard acrobatics, just survive the X-Scissor to take out the Forest Fox. I again switch to Pachycephalosaurus, get nerfed again, and still sweep the Firefox. This leaves Sylveon, so for once, I stay in as it grows a heart on its head, ready to retaliate with its Iron Head. Until it falls in love with it due to Cute Charm. Luckily though, I switch out to Cosmosaurus, and being female, it takes the Moonblast, and without falling in love, heavy slams it into the Academy walls. It's finally over. It's done. Team Star was disbanded and punished, and after talking some sense into Penny, outside the Academy, she joins the new Paldean D-Team, or as Arvin likes to call it, his dad's rescue squad. Only one more to recruit. Nimona! Let's kiss. And honestly, I am pooing my pants for this fight. Her team is insane after all, but Lycanroc is up against Utah, and I remember to name it for once. An Energy Ball gives us a quick and early lead. With this baiting Goodra, I switch out to Machimasaurus to take the Ice Beam very well, followed by Dragon Pulse, before we hit hard Ice Fangs and take it out thanks to a critical hit. Even the Mona is stunned by that one. Palmar is next, and I switch to Ankylosaurus for free on Double Shock. An Ice Punch hurts an awful lot, but we're able to retaliate with an Earthquake. The Dunsparce is next, and I make the sacrifice to hit hard with an Overgrow Woodhammer, putting it on the Sliver whilst taking myself out. This means Pachycephalosaurus can come out and finish the job, and in addition do huge damage on the Orthworm. Again, thanks to critical hits, and just about survive an Iron Tail. We manage to take it out as soon as Meowscarada terrestrializes and take revenge on its team. Utah is the only one to outspeed, so I use my acrobatics to my advantage and actually gives us a very nice and easy fight. What was I so scared about? Absolutely fantastic. I am the Dinosaur King. Easy peasy,
Lemon squeezy.
Only one challenge lies ahead of us, and with our new recruits, myself and Arvin head down to the way home to reunite with the professor and his father and to stop a crisis that he invented and lost control over. The battle was long, but the four of us fought long and hard until I managed to get in to find the professor had died and its AI wants to rule the world. Here's the ultimate battle you've been waiting for, the past against the future. This is the final battle of the challenge, so last guess is if you think we can beat this. Let's terminate chaotic robots. Up first was I Am Off against Dino Nitrous. We don't outspeed though, but take the Air Slash well, and a quad effective Earthquake gives us an important lead. But this baits out Iron Bundle, and I need to switch. So I risk Utah, and that was so wrong. But we dodged the speed drop, and in Overgrow range, Energy Ball takes out the robot Penguin. Jogulus comes out, and again expected Air Slash, Pachycephalosaurus comes out to resist that. Followed by Flash! Oh my god! How am I doing this? I don't know, but it goes down the Rock Tomb and Fire Punch. It also does huge damage on iron forms before going down heroically. Thank you for your service. I play another risk with Magimosaurus for low kick, and that pays off well, being 200 power in this case. Iron Hands is next, and expecting an electric move, I again switch out to Dino Nitrous, but on Fake Out. But I hit a hard Earthquake, putting it in the red, and as it drain punches, one more takes it out. All that's left is Iron Valiant, and I was expecting this one to outspeed. So I let Utah back out to hit hard Acrobatics, leaving it on a third before going down the Poison Jab. This is all good because Cosmosaurus can come out on Brick Break, live to Sturdy, and a Heavy Slam is enough to tackle the Fairy Terminator and give us the win. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I destroyed the Professor's research and the time machine was put to a halt. We saved the Paldea region, and I was granted the rank of Dinosaur King. I thank you all for watching. Check these videos out for more. And again, if you have enjoyed this and not done so already, it would go a long way to hit the subscribe button and ding dong the bell. And thank you all for 20,000 subscribers. It means so much to me, and we're only going to do bigger and better things. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.